1, 2, 3, here we go.
One interesting thing was we had no idea what the ending was going to be. They just were like, wow, I didn't realize you were making a whole movie in this. Amazon failed in delivering the white gloves that Bill wears, which I really think adds to the comedy of the whole piece. What originally led me to come up with the idea for this open? Well, in 1993, when I was a production assistant working at ESPN, there was a promotion with Robert Goulet that had him in a recording studio in Las Vegas advertising the next game ESPN had coming up. And I saw that 30 years ago and thought at one point when I met Bill Walton and saw his personality and charisma, this could be a good idea someday to open our Pac-12 men's basketball tournament games with. The plan was Bill and a band. My older daughter Kate was in the band at Miracosta, and I saw the amazing performances that Joel Carlson led with his band and thought, this is a band that could probably learn our song or at least be part of the video with Bill. Once I had the initial plan together, two important people I had to convince it was a good idea was obviously number one, Bill Walton, and number two, my bosses also had to convince Miracosta band to help me out, and they were more than willing. Bill didn't take too long to convince. My bosses, I think, had a hard time understanding the concept, but they trusted me. I'd gone out of the box a few times before, and once I was able to convince my boss Kyle, convince Bill, we were off and running. Working with Mr. Carlson was great. He spent a lot of his own time helping us out, and I know he was happy with the results, as were the students. When I went back and showed them the final result, they just were like, wow, I didn't realize you were making a whole movie in this. The recording process was two parts. One was recording the music, which we did in advance of the shoot and set up, I think Joel Carlson set up about 7 or 8 microphones so we could have handles on the various instruments in the mixing process, which my friend Jay Hayes, who works for Fox Sports, who I've been friends with since 9th grade, took many takes to get it accomplished to everyone's liking, but eventually we got a mix that everybody was happy with. And then the shooting process on site in the Miracosta Auditorium, the band did a great job setting up the stage at lunch, but really until we turned the lights off, used the house lights, put the team logos on the bandstand, I wasn't certain it was going to work out. Once I took a look at it, I was like, wow, this turned out about as well as I could have imagined, or even better. So one interesting thing was we had no idea what the ending was going to be. And at one point during the shoot, Bill threw the baton up in the air and it landed, and that became the perfect ending. The other interesting note was Amazon failed in delivering the white gloves that Bill wears, which I really think adds to the comedy of the whole piece. It was Friday we were shooting. On Thursday night, I was working the USC game. Bill was there on site. I was in San Francisco. I was flying back. And I called the sports information director at USC and I said, can you ask the USC band if they have a pair of large white gloves that Bill could borrow? Because I'm not going to get them from Amazon. And they actually got them and brought them to him. I think what I learned mostly was that sometimes if you have an idea, you really have a vision. Sometimes you need to fight for it and work for it to get it accomplished. And I was satisfied with the end result. I have a new respect for film directors, something I had never done, kind of that single camera shoot edit genre. I'd done a few things, but nothing to this extent. So definitely learned a few things I would do differently next time. I guess the other thing I would respect is the musical talent of 10th and 11th grade and 12th graders. It was phenomenal working with them.